Hi, welcome back. Now, when the word social media comes up, of course, I'm thinking Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X. Honestly, I'm calling it Twitter. Twitter. The list just goes on, and it's everywhere, and it's literally actually just changed the world we live in. But back before the internet, there was a time, by the way, which helped us stay glued to our phones. People were still connecting with each other. I don't know what about it. So we have Kelsey here from the Wood County District Public Library. You're explaining vintage social media. Kelsey,
Yes.
You speak of witchcraft. That's what I'm hearing. What's going on over there?
Did it exist? Does it exist?
What?
Was it a thing? Absolutely it was. So we have a ton of different newspaper archives. We have a new newspaper database. You can go back all the way to the 1800s and discover our vintage social media, which was, oh my gosh, newspapers. Just to spoiler alert you there.
What?
So you can go back and people talked about the same things that we talk about on social media currently. So, you know, life events, marriages, births, things like that. They talked about who was going to visit who or who was going to see who.
Gossip.
It's so interesting to see, the gossip. They had little gossip sections, household tips, recipes, everything that we have today, we had way back when as well.
Now, why is it important we do something like this? Because again, it's not as, well, are you sexy or as exciting as, you know, graphics and things like this? Because this is a lot of just black and white. Why did you guys decide to do this?
So for the library, it's always important to look back at our history. And we have such an integral local history collection at the library. You can come in, you can research, you know, your family history, anything that you can possibly think of that happens in Wood County or around Wood County, we have it. And it's so important to kind of connect the history that we have, the present that we currently live in, of course, the social media that you mentioned, and the future we have going forward. That's kind of the library's job as that community center.
What has been, because I'm sure you've looked at a couple, what has been your favorite article to read? Like what's been spicy or exciting, if you will, or just interesting?
I think it's really interesting, like I mentioned, those people going to visit so-and-so at so-and-so such house. And I'm like, oh, very interesting. We're going to Gibsonburg, which I'm actually from.
Okay.
And we're going to visit, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and they're doing a social call. And it's just fascinating to see they had an actual section for that in newspapers.
Oh my goodness. And so then in terms of, so we can go and look at articles, is there anything else that we can go and definitely check out while we're here at the library? Because obviously vintage social media, newspapers, once I have exhausted myself, what else should we definitely check out?
Oh my gosh, so much. So we have our library of things. You can check out DIY items or instruments or whatever you would like. STEAM kits for kids, hands-on learning. Of course, we have your library materials, your books, your DVDs, things like that. And we have programs, a bunch of different programs coming up. We have our annual holiday bake-off coming up. We have Santa story time for kids and families. So we are just always busy at the library, always something to do.
I feel like sometimes we don't appreciate the library enough because we know you have all these options, but I also just have my cell phone. So like, for folks who are just not quite sure if we should get out of the house, because sometimes it's like, well, maybe you don't have an event that day. Is it still a good idea just to stop by?
Absolutely. I mean, anything, one of our main themes is come and explore and discover and learn. And even if you're just on your phone, even if you're just following us on social media or reading our weekly newsletter, you can still find things that you can do from the comfort of your own home. So this database that I mentioned with all the newspapers, you can access that from your home. So you can explore right from the comfort of your own home, and you can come to the library and learn from us as well. So whatever you would like to do, we have something for everybody.
Now, I have to ask you, because of course you're in the library, you're surrounded by all the books. Is there one book or one thing that you guys definitely want us to maybe look at this season? Or is it really cookbooks we're noticing coming out, or what's going on right now?
Sure. So a lot of different things. It's a big publishing season right now. So of course you can come and explore holiday cookbooks. We have an amazing collection of local historical cookbooks that you can come and explore as well. So our local history collection, as I mentioned, check out some DIY stuff, grab some of your new materials, really whatever you want to do.
And of course, there's always the thought in the back of my mind, the catch is, it's not free. You're going to charge me for something, aren't you?
Everything is always free. Your library card is free. All of our programs are free. We do all free. So no matter what it is, it will be free.
I'm going to go controversial for just a hot second. Sometimes there are books there that maybe I don't agree with or something like that. Why is it, or is it important to have all books of all arrays available at the library?
Sure. So the library is your source of information. As you said, maybe it's something you don't agree with, but you can always find something you're not going to agree with. Someone's always not going to agree with something. And it's really important to have that access of knowledge. That information is so integral to our community and to our society as a whole. So we always like to strive to have a very diverse collection. A collection you're going to find something you love, you're going to find something you might not like. And it's important to have that diverse collection of materials.
Variety at its finest. Love it, like it, hate it, but you won't because you're going to learn about it. The next event, we've got some details on what's happening next. Give it to us.
Yes, so Vintage Social Media, as we've been talking about, will be next Wednesday, November 8th at 7 o'clock. That's at the Bowling Green Library. You can come in, but you do have to register, so you can do that online at wcdpl.org or by giving us a call.
And it's all still free.
It's all free.
Kelsey, thank you so much for joining us. You now have homework, something you got to do next Wednesday. But for now, we will be right back.